The Boy Who Read His Way to Success. Welcome to English Stories for Everyone. Today I want to tell you about Michael, a boy who discovered that books can change your entire life. Michael grew up in a small town in Kenya. His family was very poor. His father worked on a farm, and his mother sold vegetables at the market. They lived in a small house with no electricity and no running water. Michael's school had only 3 books in the library. 3 books for 200 students. Most children in his town never finished school. They started working on farms when they were 12 or 13 years old. But Michael was different. He loved to read. When he was 8 years old, a teacher gave him his first book. It was an old, torn book about animals. Michael read it 10 times. Then he read it again. "Why do you read so much?" his friends asked him. "Books won't help you work on a farm." But Michael didn't listen. Every time he read a book, he learned something new. He learned about different countries. He learned about science. He learned about people who started with nothing and became successful. Books opened windows in his mind that he didn't know existed. The problem was simple. Michael had no books. His family couldn't buy them. The nearest bookstore was 50 kilometers away. So Michael became creative. He walked to the nearest town every Saturday. There was a small library there. It was a 2-hour walk, but Michael didn't care. He borrowed every book he could find. He read books about history, science, business, and technology. He read books about successful people from around the world. Michael noticed something interesting. Almost every successful person he read about had one thing in common. They all read books. Bill Gates read 50 books a year. Warren Buffett spent 5 hours a day reading. Oprah Winfrey said books were her path to freedom. If reading made them successful, Michael thought, maybe it can help me too. At school, Michael's grades started improving. While other students just memorized facts, Michael understood concepts because he had read about them in books. His teachers noticed. "Michael thinks differently," they said. "He asks questions. He connects ideas. He doesn't just learn, he understands." When Michael was 16, something amazing happened. A teacher told him about scholarships for university. "But only the very best students get them," the teacher said. "You would need perfect grades." Michael decided to try. He read even more. He studied harder than everyone else. Not just school books. He read books about science, economics, and world history. Every book made him smarter. Every book gave him new ideas. 2 years later, Michael took the national exam. Out of 10,000 students, he scored in the top 20. He won a full scholarship to university. His family cried with joy. The boy who walked 2 hours to read library books was going to university. At university, Michael continued reading. While other students only read textbooks, Michael read everything. Business books, psychology books, biographies of great leaders. He read about economics, technology, and innovation. His professors were impressed. "Michael doesn't just answer questions," one professor said. "He sees connections that other students miss. He thinks like a researcher, not like a student." After university, Michael got a job at a tech company. But he didn't stop reading. He read books about leadership, management, and starting businesses. Every book taught him something valuable. 5 years later, Michael started his own company. He created an app that helped farmers in Africa get better prices for their products. The idea came from a book he had read about technology and agriculture. His company grew quickly. Within 3 years, he was helping over 50,000 farmers across Africa. He became successful, hired a team, and even won awards for innovation. People started asking Michael, "How did you become so successful? What's your secret?" Michael always smiled and said, "I read books. That's my secret. Books gave me knowledge I couldn't get anywhere else. They taught me how to think, how to solve problems, how to see opportunities." He continued, "When I was young, I had no money, no connections, no computer. But I had books, and books were enough. They showed me that the world is bigger than my small town. They taught me that I could become anyone I wanted to be." Today, Michael runs a successful business, but he still reads every single day. 1 hour every morning before work. "Reading made me smart," he says, "not because books gave me information, because books taught me how to think." Michael built libraries in 5 schools in his hometown. He donates thousands of books every year. He tells children, "You might not have money, you might not have computers, but if you have books, you have everything you need to change your life." He often shares this advice. Rich people read books. Smart people read books. Successful people read books. If you want to be rich, smart, and successful, start reading today. Michael's story proves something powerful. Books are not just paper and words. Books are teachers. Books are mentors. Books are windows to a bigger world. When you read a book, you learn from people who spent their whole lives mastering something. A book is like borrowing someone's brain for a few hours. You get their wisdom, their experience, their best ideas, all for the price of one book. The smartest investment you can make is not in stocks or real estate, it's in books. Because knowledge is the only thing that nobody can take away from you. So if you want to become smarter, read books. If you want to be successful, read books. If you want to change your life, start with one book today. Your future self will thank you for every book you read now.